So I posted several videos about the process I went through my first awakening 25 years ago. And then along with it, I posted the video, what is awakening and why awakening, why it happens and what it is. I thought I'll explain what happens afterward. So this is kind of like a imaginary story if you haven't had the awakening experience. And it's not easy, but it's still maybe meaningful, just my case as an example with other references that I can share. And to do it in a few minutes not easy, try it. In my case, it took about 3 years or so to synthesize all the information that I can gather from outside and comparing with my experience. I found Eckhart Tolle had a similar experience from his awakening, and I can just in few sentences explain. He was almost committing suicide. He was not happy in his life, and one day he said to himself, I can't stand myself. So he saw him, couldn't understand himself. It's like my case. I wondered, what was my case? How can I explain? Is it because I'm trying to escape? I'm trapped. So there change of the angle to look at the world from you at the center to see the setting is what's going on. And that triggered the moment of breakthrough to come to the awakening experience. So that's the symptom. And other stories like that, there are quite a few of them. And I shared some of the poems, like a Saichi or what was the other one, a Kabir poem. But what happens afterward, I also have explained examples, and I can relate to it. That's why I can say my experience has some similarity. For example, Saichi said he can go to Pure Land and he can come back. He can go to Pure Land, he comes back. So he has the sense of what the Pure Land is like. It's nirvanic sense, and I can see that it's the blissful sensation of feeling at home, peaceful, eternally, no question. You are with the way of nature, and you can imagine you are born out of mother's womb, but you go back in there. Everything as it is. But like Daisetsu says, you don't stay there. You come back to this world and do some work. So go back in and out, and that seemed to be the case for me too. And how would that help if you haven't had the aha, enlightening, awakening moment? All I can say is few examples. When you have this aha moment of the beauty, or finding some solution you couldn't figure out, like Einstein may have had, the insight of the universe, what is the universe about, or some such thing. So it could be a case of also maybe playing the game. You win and you're elated that, I won. So there's a breakthrough moment. So that's aha and awakening. But the fundamental point of awakening is at the root of our existence, not just winning the game or making money or whatever the case is, or meeting the right person. But there's a consistency or go in and out. And I use the word jiriki, or what's the word? Joriki. Steady power of things happening. I use the word riding the wave of the universe. So you can ride the wave and you fall into the water, diluted a bit, and then, I was diluted. To realize delusion, is enlightenment or awakening. That's what the Dogen or Zen masters say. So there's that in and out situation, and that's what it is. And at the bottom of all of that experience is security, that you are one with the universe. So no concern of much if you have that total security, eternal security, home. So when there's a noise, airplanes flying, my mind stops, digest what's going on, and then have peace again and continue. So the world has lots of ups and downs, but you still have this as if in the mother's womb you are going back there. Or I use the word going back to the Garden of Eden. When the mind is not functioning and there was no ego. You have peace, like a kid's born, fresh eyes to look at the world, and then once you get into the trap of the delusion and so forth, you try this, you try that up here. But once you get to the confused state and you go back, wait a minute. Oh, it's nothing. So you go back to the nothing state of being at the Garden of Eden. So that may sound, maybe it doesn't sound anything, perhaps, without the experience of it. But that's, to me, is the foundation that we can connect to at the heart. So that's after the awakening. You may go in and out, big doubt, big awakening, small doubt, small awakening. That's Hakuin says, the Zen monk. And even the Christianity, if I think and extend my thought, although my study may be much limited, like Jesus crucified and resurrection seem to indicate like a rebirth is the same as Saichi or Daisetsu talking about. The Saichi says, I'm dead, I'm dead man, or funeral is already done with my life, while he's alive. So what is pointing is that he is familiar with the state, but he knows that when his ego is gone, so no self, no mind, then he goes to the Pure Land, Nirvana. And then he comes back. So he hasn't lost being a human, but he can go to the other shore, the Buddhist idea, to be in the Nirvana, not after death. That's the conventional way. And that may be good enough for many people to believe in Amida Buddha or Christianity and all that. But the fact of the matter, like in the case of Eckhart Tolle, or Meister Eckhart, or Krishnamurti, or Zen monks here and there, in my humble experience, seem to fit together. Like a Vimamakirti Sutra in Buddha's Sutra, after being enlightened, he goes back to the world. People suffer, therefore he suffers. That compassion is natural, just like Amida Buddha's compassion get transferred to Saichi or Osono or Genza, those Myokonin, so they flip around. You being the center become out. There's no you, death, and the resurrection as if you are the Amida Buddha. So when I say this, that's blasphemy. I'm not pronouncing it right, probably, because people argue about. So, but that's not the main point of it. You can argue in here, but experience is experience. So after awakening, there is that sense. that stays with you. Thank you.